Production support for the weekly special is provided by IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. The Al Cobain Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobain to support jazz initiatives on WTIU and WFIU. And WTIU members, thank you.
The air is crisp, and it's the perfect time to get outdoors and enjoy the autumn colors.
Tonight, explore the hidden histories of some of Indiana's most beautiful locations. Travel back to Indiana's forests of yesteryear in a new memory chain. Unearth the natural beauty nestled in the Hemmer Woods Nature Preserve. Discover a lost craft at the National Library Book Bindery in Indianapolis. And welcome Indiana's own country crooner, Jake Dodds. Stay tuned for another wonderful Hoosier journey.
It's all coming up tonight on the Weekly Special.
Hello and welcome to the Weekly Special. I'm Erica Sagone.
And I'm Daryl Neer. Erica, this is the time of year I love because you can hit the trails on a bike or walk and you can see the colors changing and the weather's perfect.
I know, so beautiful outside. Apple picking and hiking to see the changing colors are definitely on my to-do list.
Well, speaking of being outside, it wasn't too long ago that Indiana looked much different than it does today. Learn more in our latest memory chain.
Wherever you're sitting down to watch this right now, it's likely that not that long ago, a big tree was sitting there instead. Virgin forests once covered most of North America east of the Mississippi, including Indiana, before it was actually called that. Numbers tell the story better than words. 23 million acres constitute the state of Indiana. In 1800, over 20 million of those acres were forested. It was around this time that clearing, chopping, and burning intensified to create land suitable for European settlement. Not that there were any cameras around to record this back then, but multiply these images by all the stars in the sky and you'll begin to get an idea. By 1900, over 18 million of those forested acres had been removed. Chopping this into smaller pieces, that's an average of 180,000 acres a year, or 500 acres a day, cleared every single day for a century. But before you judge, consider that right now you might be sitting in a wooden chair. Our next link in the memory chain preserves a significant local story for posterity. The felling of one huge tree for reasons other than a parking lot or a strip mall. Actually, the reason involved another resource from the natural world, a beehive. Notice the huge slabs of honeycomb this fella's holding. Some beehive, huh? Now on the right, notice the movie camera. This gathering was also being filmed for a local newsreel to be shown in advance of a first-run feature at the Liberty Theater in Terre Haute, Indiana. This story was considered newsworthy back then because of the enormous size of the beehive, not because of how many average citizens were well-versed in the art of beekeeping. Apparently, this was a number large enough to form a club that held an annual picnic and require a dedicated section of the local hardware store to furnish tools of the trade. And it wasn't because a colony of wild bees flourishing inside city limits was in any way exceptional back then. A colony of honeybees flourishing in the wild? No. That would be considered newsworthy for us. Here, now.
Erica, I really enjoyed how that memory chain showed the evolution of the forest. I mean, it was really beautiful.
Yeah, neat to see the changing landscape, although that picture where you saw all the stumps, I mean, that was pretty startling.
It was.
Well, there are still some incredible parts of Indiana that showcase old growth forests, and one location is this week's featured natural wonder.
The old-growth forests of Hemmer Woods Nature Preserve are a remnant of the vast woodlands that once covered southwestern Indiana. Located in eastern Gibson County, the 73-acre preserve hosts both upland oak hickory forest and bottomland mixed hardwoods. Fewer than 2,000 acres of virgin forests remain intact in Indiana, a far cry from the state's original 20 million forested acres. As such, the old-growth forests of Hemmer Woods are especially rare, earning the designation as a National Natural Landmark. Hemmer Woods lies within the Wabash lowlands that extend across southwestern Indiana. Although the glaciers of the last ice age did not reach this far south, their meltwaters had a major impact on this corner of the state. Located a few miles to the north, the glaciers sent torrents of water through the area at the end of the last ice age, carving a low spot in the landscape that extends to the present-day Wabash River. Bottomland forest covers the lowest elevations of Hemmer Woods, but unlike similar forest types elsewhere in the region, the forest floor is rarely flooded. As a result, bottomland species here include vegetation that does not have a high tolerance for flooding. The bottomland woods host many southern plant species growing at the far northern end of their range, most notably sweet gum and tulip trees. The two largest tulip trees in the state grow here, measuring more than 150 feet tall, but just 5 feet in diameter. Other common trees in the bottomlands include river birch, sycamore, wild black cherry, and various oak species. Hemmer Woods' much larger upland forest grows on slightly elevated land with mesic soils. White oak and black oak are the dominant tree species. Other common species include white ash, red oak, sassafras, pignut, small-fruited hickory, and shagbark hickory. Hemmer Woods continues to be open and free to the public, for a chance to step back in time and experience Indiana's forests as they once were, before settlers, before statehood, and before the wooded sacrifice to the growth of industry.
To find more information about Hemmer Woods or to learn about other beautiful wonders in your area, visit in.gov/DNR. Well, Daryl, seeing just sort of those beautiful old growth forests, you can really understand why people wanted to come to Indiana way back when.
And we're really grateful to be able to have that space to go and visit today.
Yeah?
Well, Indiana's reputation as crossroads of the country not only changed its landscape, but also influenced incoming entrepreneurs.
During the 1860s, Indianapolis transformed, growing rapidly as a railroad city and as the gateway to the American West. The expansion attracted many new entrepreneurs, including German immigrant Christopher Schnabel, who established a bookbinding shop in 1873. Today, it's the oldest manufacturing company in the city.
It was initially a small, family-run bookbinding shop, and during the 20th century, public libraries began to play a more important role in American society. And in that first generation transition, Oscar Schnabel, the son, becomes involved in a new process called library binding. In a library, a book might be handled by 100 readers. And so library binding was developed to provide a stronger binding, to provide a more durable binding, something which could be read over a long period of time. And so about 1920, Oscar Schnabel entered into a partnership with several other binderies in the United States to begin to produce library binding. And through most of the 1920s, 1930s, National Library Bindery as a national company grew to be one of the largest book binderies in the United States.
At its peak, the company handled binding for libraries across the country, including nearly every single book in the Indiana library system today. The company remained in the family for nearly 100 years, until Ralph Schnabel, the grandson, decided to sell.
It was advertised in the newspaper, and so I got with Ralph, and he kind of took me through the shop, and I think, I was only about halfway through it, and I thought, this is just me. It was fascinating that it was still here and still operating. I wanted to be a part of that.
In 1987, Joe bought the bindery with an eye towards the future. With the dawn of the information age, libraries were changing how they approached their collections. So Joe turned the bindery's focus to specialty binding, for small book runs to sentimental gifts, all the while continuing production on the century-old machinery.
The artisanship attracted me rather than just the manufacturing. I have my share of daily duties with running a business, but I can always go out there and pick up some hand tools and create something, and that's a beautiful thing. I'd have to repair a book, so I'd have to get in and take that book apart, looking to see how that book was put together. It was a great teacher to me because I saw things and said, whoa, and figured out their function and methods of putting pages together and different things, different types of sewing. And I'd study it and learn from it. Each step had to be done to a certain amount of perfection to make the whole book come together well. And so learning that was something that really gave me an appreciation for how books work and the art of bookbinding.
The company not only focuses on the art of bookbinding, but on the books themselves, offering restoration services for worn or damaged volumes. Everything from family heirlooms to the preservation of historical artifacts worth hundreds of dollars. That focus is what initially attracted Eric to the business. As an IUPUI professor and expert in rare books, Eric discovered the bindery after bringing his own 17th century books to be restored.
We've kind of talked about 45 to 50 different stages which go into creating a book. But when you take a book apart, we're looking at how much do you need to take it apart, how much do you need to put it back together again, what is the minimal amount of intervention, but also when we look at the end, how is it going to function? I can tell by looking at a binding kind of what that history of the book is. That the style of the binding or the quality of the binding tells you a lot about the market it was designed for or who the person who owned that book was at a certain period. The fact that a book is heavily worn tells you that this book was important to somebody at some stage in the past. If a book has never been used, that also tells you a lot about the role that book has played in somebody's life. And so there is the intentional story within the book, but then there's also the story that the book tells you. And I think it's part of that idea, particularly in the preservation and conservation of books, that we're trying to maintain as much as we can the book as an artifact of history or as almost a talisman of somebody's life. It is gratifying for me to be able to see generations of bookbinders continuing on, learning a skill which has been around in our current form of the codex for over 1,000 years. The book is having something of a comeback right now. Information when it goes into a book is usually intentional. It's written down for use. Where in our modern world, information is kind of recorded haphazardly or accidentally. What people really want is something of more of a permanence. They want to have something they can hold on to, something they can touch, something which is grounded. And I think that's one of the things that a physical book brings that, frankly, I don't think a digital book does.
When I look at something that was bound up in the 1700s or something like that, and I'm thinking, gosh, how many people have read this? How many hands has this passed through? And yet it's still viable, it's still good, and I'm sitting here able to read it. I think there will always be people that treasure that.
To learn more about the National Library Bindery Company, including their services and upcoming classes, visit nlbco.com.
Daryl, it's so great to hear that the Bindery offers classes to the public, teaching people how to restore books. What a wonderful niche skill to have.
Erica, I worked in a bindery to help pave my way through college, and so I got to watch some of those craftsmen at work, and they really are truly artisans.
That's so great to hear. Well, speaking of discovering things in your own backyard, Jessica is here with another Little Indiana.
Can you guess where I was in Little Indiana this week? Here's a hint. They're the first commercial wine producers in the U.S. It's Vevay. Now let's take a look. On my first trip to Vevay, Indiana, this small town of less than 2,000 people had the bustle of the big city, if a big city only had one stoplight. I was there for the same reason that they were, the Swiss Wine Festival, but Vevay is worth a look around any time of year. There's art, antiques, wine. Our first stop, the wine cellar, isn't your usual wine shop because here there are only Indiana wines, as well as a selection from local Ridge Winery. While I managed to knock over my entire glass of Indiana wine, my refill confirmed that this is good stuff. With 30-some wineries in small towns alone, that number's only growing. Hoosiers are churning out some fabulous wines and raking in the awards. If you remember, Vevay was the first commercial producer of wine in the U.S. It's no surprise that all things wine sort of tops the list of importance. But there is more than wine in Vevay. There's also chocolate. I thought that would get your attention. I've been to a lot of chocolate shops, and there is just something about Java Bean Cafe and Confectionery. They call it slightly upscale. There are cloth napkins, but I call it amazing. I bumped into one of the owners this spring, and the handmade chocolates that I brought home to share with a friend didn't make it 15 minutes into my car trip. They are just that good. Whether you think you enjoy history or not, you need to stop by the Switzerland County Historical Society and Museum. It's not one, but 2 buildings of stuff, with a third one in process. It won't take you long to notice that one of these buildings is an old church, complete with working bell tower. Just pull on the rope. Once the Presbyterian church, it was turned over to the museum in the 1970s with one caveat: don't mess with the sanctuary. The lower level of the Switzerland County Museum is full of artifacts, ranging from incredible area fossils to the oldest piano in the state. The old parsonage is home to the Life on the Ohio River exhibit. My favorite exhibit here had to be the steamboat models. They are so incredibly detailed and were made by an area man using whatever he had on hand. You'll also see an actual pilot wheel from the Robert T. Graham ferry boat and so very much more. As one of the oldest historical societies in the state, they have a lot of fantastic pieces. This was such a great county museum. We didn't even get to talk about the 1864 Switzerland County Courthouse. The courtroom contains its original furnishings, and outside, there's a 6-sided brick building with 6 separate entrances. Now that's a fancy outhouse. There's all sorts of incredible things to see and do in your very own backyard. This is just the beginning. Read more on www.littleindiana.com. Small towns, destinations, not drive-thrus.
Well, Daryl, Jessica always finds fun places for us to check out, and I bet that Vevay is beautiful this time of year.
We've got to put it on the list of places to go.
Yeah.
Well, we are excited to welcome our next musical guest. He's a good old Indiana boy making national waves.
Always being around my grandparents. Every Saturday night we would watch the Grand Ole Opry. We watched the Statler Brothers show with them every weekend. My mom always had a radio on, and she was kind of more like a rock and roll person, but she listened to country too. I think I knew then, but as far as it getting real serious, it took a long time. It was something I always wanted to do in my head but never pursued. I think maybe I thought I couldn't do it and was scared to find that out. Had started going to all these karaoke nights or whatever, just having fun, and I just enjoyed it a lot. And people were like, oh, you should get a band going. I'm like, no, man, I don't know anything about that. And then I got on stage with my friend Sheila Stevens. It was just like dynamite, lightning in a bottle moment, and just hooked immediately. And got together with some guys and started a band. I like that now there's a mix of the rock and the fun energy with the country story still. So I think that's really what mainly that still lies in country music. I like that you can still tell a story with a song and maybe try to make it relate to your Monday and your Tuesday and your Wednesday life, you know, on a Friday or Saturday. But I think country, you can still have that song that's not necessarily slow and sad and I lost my dog like everyone thinks, but you can have a song that's upbeat, that's telling a story about your regular life and not this fantasy world that we would like to live in.
Let's go. I know a little place we can get a little bit close. Turn the lights low and turn me on slow.
I'm always trying to write the high school theme song. I feel like that's what I'm always repeatedly doing, and I'm always doing it wrong and then redoing it. And every time I think I got it right, and like a month later, I'm like, I could do that better. Typically when I write, it has to be something that I've done. I find myself just writing like pretty honest, and sometimes I have to go back and try to open it up because it gets a little bit too specific as to my case, and you have to make it relatable to other people. I want to sing songs that people can say, oh, that's Jake. That's something Jake did, or Jake liked, or Jake thought. Everything that we do on the album, we can replicate live. And that's the way that I at least want to keep it, because I think that's the country music that I grew up with. I don't dislike the other way, but I just think that that's kind of like a thing that country music has kind of put its foot in the sand of like, we need to be the guys that do that. I just want them to come in here and have a really good time. And I think that's what we focus on. We're entertainers, and we're meant to entertain and have fun.
Turn the lights low, you turn me on Turn the lights low, you turn me on Let's get there fast and take it slow.
And now, Jake Dodds.
What you thinking, looking my way? I'm hoping we're thinking the same things. I could try my lines and buy you a drink, or we can just leave this smoky place. Cause I don't wanna leave here with regrets, wondering what could happen next. Whoa, hey girl, what you say, we gon' get away, girl. Catch a little bit of crazy in the middle of a night sky. Alright, you by my side. Whoa, let's go. We'll find a little place we can get a little bit close. Turn the lights low, you turn me on so. Let's get there fast and take it slow. Your lace dress is gonna look good laying on the hardwood. I help you get it unhooked. We can ride inside a fantasy. Yeah, don't you wanna see where this could lead? Cause maybe I could be your Mr. Right, but tell me what's wrong with just one night. Whoa, hey girl, what you say, we gon' get away, girl. Catch a little bit of crazy in the middle of a night sky. Alright, you by my side. Whoa, let's go. We'll find a little place we can get a little bit close. Turn the lights low, you turn me on so. Let's get there fast and take it slow. Time is running out. I got to know now. I need to know how. This night ain't gonna last much longer. Feels so right, it can't be wrong. Let's get ourselves a little bit gone. Whoa, hey girl, what you say, we gon' get away, girl. Catch a little bit of crazy in the middle of a night sky. Alright, you by my side. Whoa, let's go. We'll find a little place we can get a little bit close. Turn the lights low, you turn me on so. Turn the lights low, you turn me on so. Let's get there fast and take it slow. slow. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That was great, guys.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. For information on his debut EP release, as well as a list of upcoming performances, visit jakedodds.com. And be sure to visit weeklyspecial.org for bonus performances, as well as a map of stories in your own area. Erica, I'm really thankful to have Jake Dodds in with Chris McConnell accompanying him for some great acoustic music today.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Well, the great stories that we saw on today's show, combined with the fantastic weather that we're having, is really putting me in the mood to get out and explore.
Me too. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have. But before we go, one more time from Jake Dodds.
Used to chase her around the swing set, called her names 'cause I didn't have the courage yet. All I wanted in my world was for her to be my girl. She had me chasing.
Production support for the weekly special is provided by IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. The Al Cobain Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobain to support jazz initiatives on WTIU and WFIU. And WTIU members, thank you.